What's up guys, today we're rocking out at Rock City Tattoo, so stay tuned to see the final results of these characters behind me. Alright guys, so for this project, Rock City Tattoo in Rockville, Connecticut had asked me to put some rock stars on their wall, and we discussed it and decided we were going to go with Kurt Cobain, Travis Barker, and Slash. So here I'm starting my sketching process. I'm keeping these sketches loose between 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't want to go super realistic with them because I wanted them to be a little stylized, but obviously I still want you to recognize who it is. And then from the paper sketch, I put it into Procreate on my iPad Pro, and I started using tools to try to warp it a little and just make it a little more fun and goofy. So here's the rest of the guys that we're adding to the wall. This is the layout that I came up with. And now we'll pick some colors. So here's the wall here laid out. I used a projector just to save time so that the customer can open shop and everyone can get back to work faster. In my last video, I went over how to put your image on a wall without using a projector, so be sure to check that out as well. And now it's finally time to get into the painting. So to start, we're going to do a little bit of purple in the background just to have a little cast shadow on the left side of all the characters. And then some shading on the hat, some highlights. It looks like I'm using my level 1 cap from Montana. And now we are using the tiny pink stencil cap, which you can find online, to do all the little stitching details in the hat and just make it that much more complete. And then right back to the level 1 cap for some nice outlines. Now we're going to start basing some skin tones. Going to create some contrast, base it in the lighter tones, and then we're going to go back and add a little bit darker. Now we can get those little eyebrow details with the stencil cap again. I do have to apologize, I had much more footage from further back so that it wasn't all on the GoPro, but everything was out of focus. That was my bad not checking the camera. So next video I promise will be better, but I like that this has a better grand reveal at the end. If you guys are wondering, I did work off of references to try to just get some good pictures with good lighting. I'm just laying in highlights at this point where I see they're necessary, and then going back to add dark just to keep that contrast building. As I said earlier, I'm not trying to keep this realistic. I just want to have fun with it and keep it super stylized. He definitely looks weird without his hair and his facial scruff, but I promise by the end it all comes together. There we go. Now I'm using the stencil cap to do some of those little beard details, using just different tones of brown to create textures. Now we got to put some of that cheetah print in. I totally should have gotten this jacket and worn it for the whole video. I definitely had a lot of fun with the hair. Just a lot of highlights back and forth with the yellow. Here I'm using the level 1 cap still. The only caps I typically use are just the level 1 cap, the tiny pink stencil cap, and the stock cap that comes on the can. Just out of curiosity, who is your favorite rock star? Who would you have liked to see on this wall? Make sure you leave that answer in the comments for me. What a freaking cheater, huh? Using cardboard. Alright, now it's time to get started on Travis Barker. So here we go, basing some skin tones. Being a drummer myself, I definitely wanted to see Travis on this wall, so when we had a list to go over, he was one of my first picks. So I'm glad he got on there. In my last video, we didn't get to go over how I do the eyes. In this one, you'll be able to see step by step pretty much everything I do. And if you're also a fan of Travis Barker, please be sure to tag him in the comments. Let's see if we can get him to check this out. This part was really fun for me as well. I myself am a tattoo artist, so doing these tattoos on his face was really cool to just try to figure out how to make them look like they were tattooed into the skin. You'll see in a second here, once it's all mapped in, I go back in and blast a little bit of skin tone over it just to make it look like it's in the skin. And here's where it got a little out of focus, but you can see I'm starting in with the facial hair, and now we're on to day 2, where I came back in to start with his hand holding the drumsticks, and also started slash. Here you guys can see the light colors are always a little dusty over the dark tones, but I'm really not worried about it. It's only paint. You can always go back and clean it up with the black. You'll see me do that in just a second here.
Quick break outside. Fumes are getting kind of bad, so not gonna take too long. Get right back to the painting progress now. So check it out.
I wasn't planning on getting this detailed with this piece. Usually I try to simplify things, but I figured we might as well make some wear and tear on Slash's hat since he travels the world with it. Probably a good time to just say, if you guys are looking to support any more of my artwork, check out my artwork, buy any of my artwork, feel free to visit my website. It is kbooart.com. Also, if you're enjoying this video, if you learned anything, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I was a little nervous about how to approach Slash's hair and get all those curls in there, but I found a way to kind of simplify it, and I think it reads enough where you get the full effect.
Alright guys, it's the end of day 2, and I think we're done here, so check it out. Let me know what you think.